As we near a major anniversary for SMSD, we look back at the district's origin, and who better to tell it than then Mayor Leonard Scarcella at, appropriately enough, a ceremony to install a historic marker commemorating the event.
This school district has a most intriguing, gratifying, and compelling story behind it. It all started in 1976. There was a little article in the newspaper that said Fort Bend ISD to discontinue busing children to their schools if they are within 2 miles of their schools. That affected many of our children, most of them poor, a lot of them young, and certainly with no means to get to school. If the family truck took off to the job at 6 o'clock in the morning, it was freezing rain, and they had to walk across busy intersections, railroad tracks, and ultimately to try to get to school. It was much too much to ask of these youngsters. So we went to the Fort Bend ISD Board of Trustees and said, please reconsider your decision, because it's going to create tremendous problems, and it's going to deprive some of our neediest and most entitled youngsters to an education. But we literally pleaded to Fort Bend ISD to reinstate their busing and to bus the children of Stafford, because they had some of the most adverse circumstances to overcome in view of that decision. The president of the school board rather cavalierly said, if you don't like what we're doing, do it yourself. And that was the end of the meeting. What he didn't realize was when he said do it yourself, he created a spark. And it was not that we were going to provide buses for those children. If we were going to do it ourselves, we were going to do the whole darn thing. So in July of that year, we had a meeting and we announced that we were going to consider creation of the Stafford Municipal School District. Our attorney, Charlie Machuca, had found an old law dating way back and said, Mayor, I think this will work. And it required 50 signatures, not 50%, 50 signatures from Stafford citizens to take over the free schools in Fort Bend County. In December, right before Christmas, we got a petition with 50 names to have an election to create the Stafford Municipal School District. We called the election and was ready to go, and Fort Bend ISD went to state court and filed an injunction against us doing that. We all had to go to Bay City, and we took buses before Judge G. Party. And after about 2 hours, the judge said, y'all can go ahead. So this is what democracy is all about. Fort Bend ISD was infuriated. The election went forward and it passed by an overwhelming, over 70% of the people voted in favor of it.
For Spartan Spotlight, this is Randall Williams.